What fantasy impact can we expect from Jalen Duren at the next level? The physically gifted 6'11 prospect put up promising big man numbers during his freshman year at Memphis, but can we expect those stats to translate to the NBA? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Triple Play Fantasy YouTube channel. I'm your host here, Jacob Dunne, and today we're going to do a deep dive on Jalen Duren and project his future fantasy production at the next level. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Jalen Duren was a 5-star recruit on Rivals, 24/7 Sports, and ESPN, and had 8 official offers including Alabama, Auburn, Georgetown, Maryland, Miami, Michigan, and Penn State, but ultimately decided to go to Memphis University to be coached under Penny Hardaway. And during his lone season at Memphis, the 18-year-old averaged 12 points on 59.7% field goal shooting, 8.1 rebounds, 1.3 assists, zero point 0.8 steals, and a whopping 2.1 blocks across 29 games, which all equated to 30.17 fantasy points per game. Now, out of all the mock drafts and articles I've researched on Jalen Duren, I kept seeing these describing phrases about the 18-year-old. All right, we got powerful, rare agility, lateral quickness, bouncy, excellent rebounder, explosive, shot blocker, and great frame. But my favorite words here are powerful, bouncy, and shot blocker. Duren definitely showed all of these traits during his time at Memphis, and at 18 years old, he hasn't even come close to touching his ceiling. Now, you're probably thinking, Jacob, he had inferior competition playing in the American Athletic Conference, which is absolutely fair. But on the biggest stages of the conference tournament and the NCAA tournament, the big man averaged 12.2 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 0.8 steals, and 1.6 blocks while shooting 50% from the field and even shot a decent 72% from the charity stripe, which was up over 12% higher than what he produced in the regular season. So, even in high pressure games, Duren stayed poised and delivered excellent stats while even making progress at the charity stripe. All right. If you couple his postseason success along with just being 18 years old, I think there's a lot to like about the big man's future in the NBA. Now, here are the teams picking after the top 8. We got the Spurs, Wizards, Knicks, Thunder, and Hornets. Spurs only have one big man in Jakob Poeltl. Wizards only have Porzingis and Gafford since Thomas Bryant is set to become a free agent this summer. Now, Knicks already have a logjam at power forward and center, so I don't see them taking him here. And while pairing Duren with either Chet Holmgren or Jabari Smith would be interesting, I see OKC taking a small forward here. But then there's the Charlotte Hornets, my absolute favorite landing spot for Duren. The only reliable Charlotte big man under contract going into next season is 32-year-old Mason Plumlee. Now, they do have a few prospects in JT Thor and Nick Richards, but Jalen Duren would easily eat their lunch and take their jobs. Jalen would compete for minutes alongside or right behind Mason Plumlee right away if he fell to the Hornets at pick number 13, which has a realistic shot at happening. But even if he isn't drafted to the Hornets, he's going to a team that needs upside as an elite rim protector, and that's exactly what the Memphis product is. Jalen Duren was a highly touted prospect coming out of high school with offers from big-name schools. Just watching him at Memphis this year, you saw he was a physically gifted big man with explosion and dunked everything if he was close to the rim. He was elite at protecting the rim as he averaged 2.1 blocks per game while having at least 1 block in 26 out of 29 games this year. His first game in the conference tourney, the freshman had 21-20 with 2 steals and 2 blocks. An absolute force. Now, he's not going to provide any three-pointers, but I liken him to a Rudy Gobert, a guy who can rack up blocks and rebounds in a hurry and who can create scoring opportunities for himself by pulling offensive rebounds. Duren is primed to put up elite points, field goal percentage, rebounds, and blocks in no time. If he gets selected to a center needy, rim protecting needy team like the Hornets, he'll contribute right away. But even if he goes to a team without a direct path to playing time, I think it's only a matter of time before the very young and talented 18-year-old earns playing time and eventually garners a Rudy Gobert role in the NBA. Jalen Duren has plenty of room to grow and is by far my favorite big man prospect outside of the big three of Jabari Smith, Chet Holmgren, and Paolo Banchero. And thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the Triple Play Fantasy YouTube channel, like this video if you enjoyed today's content, and comment your takes on Jalen Duren and where you think he's going in the NBA draft. Also, if you're interested in my top 400 Dynasty Fantasy Basketball rankings, there is a link to the Triple Play Fantasy Patreon in the description below. All right, I update them every month and all throughout the offseason. Lastly, you can find me on Twitter at Ain't Done Yet, and Dunne is spelled Dunne. And until the next video, God bless and cheers.